It was the Finn Valtteri Bottas who stayed ice cool in the heat in the Circuit of the Americas last time out to take pole position in Q3. Let's check out his development through that Q3 session with side-by-side laps, telemetry data, the red throttle trace showing us the throttle position and the brake blocks showing us for how long he's on the brake pedal. On the great lap he's a little wide, but also wide on the good lap through turn 1. Turn 2 absolutely flat, but that bump in the mid corner limits the ride height. This first sector at COTA is an incredible driving challenge. You can see Bottas tries a different technique, putting a brake into turn 5 and attempting to go harder through the middle of turn 6. Doesn't quite work out though, as he's forced to lift almost all the way out of the throttle for understeer through the middle of turn 6. He's able to square it off though and put himself in this better position on the way into turn 7 as the 2 laps give and take through this winding section at the start of the lap. He takes a bit more apex speed through turn 7 on his great lap in red, as a result takes a bit of time back. He also takes some more time back through turns 8 and 9, holding on to the right hand lock for longer through turn 8, challenging the curb, not understeering off towards the left hand side. This allows him to hold more throttle on the red line on your telemetry trace through turn 9 as both cars use all of the curbs and more through the exit of 9. He grabs back around 0.04 of a second over his previous best. On his great lap, Valtteri has a rear locking moment into turn 11. He stops decelerating, gains a bit of time, but then of course the inevitable oversteer is there on the exit. He works the power unit hard to grasp some time back on his way down to turn 12, where he's slightly conservative on his great lap, perhaps due to the lockup he just had. Good lap, stealing a bit of time back. He connects perfectly though to the apex of turn 13 on his great lap, whereas has a bit of an oversteer on the good lap this time and is a little wide. He's wide through the exit too. Look where he is in comparison to the rubber lines on the road, and this forces an interesting technical change down through 14 and 15, forcing him to drive more directly to the apex of 15 and hold the lock on longer through that apex. Look at his hands, look, over 90 degrees at this point through the middle of turn 15. That's going to prevent him getting on the throttle through the exit and lose him time all the way through 16, 17 and 18. On the way into 19, he takes a little shallower line in on his good lap and is forced to hold the lock on longer again, whereas on his great lap he can wind the lock out, get in that last little bit of throttle and steal some time back without going quite so wide through the exit. One corner to go and there's going to be a little mistake further on the good lap. A micro lock of the left front on the way in. There it is, look, a little puff of smoke as it goes in, not allowing the car to use both of those front tyres to turn and losing him 1/10 of a second over his great lap. How great was it? Very, very good indeed. Good enough for pole position, a 1:32.0.